Hi guys, we're all set up at our market. As you just saw, you saw the time lapse of the setup and the final setup of how we ended up putting up our shelves and our plushies and everything. I'm gonna run you through a couple of the newer items I have at this market really quickly before we start selling anything, and let me show you guys that really fast. So all of my sea animals from my pattern pack are new for this market. We have the swordfish back here, skipper, we have Splash, the great whale, and then we have a couple of the whale sharks. I put two out since I had a gray one and a blue one, and then this baby seal pattern as well is new. And a couple of the other little things that I've made recently. And then I have several more Tysa sea turtles this time around, including all of my fruit turtles. I'm gonna try to sell those this market as well. Those are all new, and those will be over on Instagram very soon. The only other thing that I have that is newer would be, it's actually an oldie, let me find it, are these triceratopses. I haven't made these since I first started doing markets, and I made so many and then I got really tired of them, and so I went back to making a couple more of these this time as well. So I'm gonna try these this market, and we're gonna see how those do too. This is after day one. Moved some things around, sold a couple snakes. I brought stuff to make that, of course. That's my market day makes while I sit here. I didn't sell too many big things. We mostly sold small things so far. Remember the last shelf. Good morning guys, we are back with day 2 of the market. We rearranged our setup a little bit, and I will show you in just a second. Our biggest thing was we moved some of the crates around in one of our half shelves that we had set up. So I'll show you that in just a second, where we moved all of that to. We did move some other things down, brought up some dinos and moved a crate and stuff, but I will show you what we did really fast. Okay, so we took some crates down over here. We moved a crate down here and put the keychain rack on top of it to just free up some more table space. That way we could also see people better when they came into our booth. Then obviously we moved a few things around. We sold some stuff, so we moved all the dinos together. This hasn't changed a whole lot. We didn't move a lot of stuff other than like filling some gaps in where people like bought some stuff. But we did move the pumpkin rack back out here to the corner with the other $5 items for today. So a little update for you guys. We are on day 2. There is no AC in this building. There was supposed to be when we signed up. There's no AC in here, and if there is, it's not very high right now, so it's getting warm in here. But it's finally cooled off today, so it's like, I think a high of like 70 or just over 70, so it's not too bad today, luckily. And the flow of people and the doors open has really helped with that as well. The only other thing is that we've noticed that a lot of our small items are selling really well this market compared to our bigger items. But we've had a pretty steady flow of people. We were trying to like take clips of our booth before it really started to pick up and stuff, but people kept coming in, so I only had like 30 seconds to film while there was nobody in the booth. And we finally had another lull, so I could give you guys that update. But it is like 10:30 and we sold a few items so far, nothing crazy. Hoping it picks up around lunchtime though, with the farmers market they have here. They have food trucks outside, some vendors outside, and then a lot of vendors inside as well. So hopefully it'll pick up around lunchtime. So I'll check back in later. am clearly back home in my home office, and I am kind of a mess after today. It was very hot there, but it was an indoor market. There was supposed to be AC because we were in like a mall, but there was no AC when we ended up showing up there, but luckily it cooled off like overnight between the first night and the second night. So the second day was much more bearable. They had the doors open too. The cool breeze was coming through. It felt great after that. So that was a really good thing about this market. I can break down the prices and stuff for you guys, but I went with 2 large market bags and 2 little bags over here that you can still see. And I only left with 1 and 2 bags. So I did pretty good for the weekend. Definitely not gonna go back though. So the first day, let me break it down for you because I write everything down as we sell it all. Mom's really good about doing all of that too for me because she usually handles the payment and everything on her side of the table while I take off tags and bag everything. So she usually is the one that keeps track of all this. As long as she didn't, you know, cheat me out of anything, I'm sure that she caught it all. The first day I sold a lot of things that I'd been holding on to for a while. So they were things that I didn't necessarily prep more of. Since they hadn't been selling, which was a good thing though, because I like to clear out a lot of that older stock that I've been just building up slowly. So I did sell a mushy boy I had for a while. I sold 2 leggy frogs right out the gate too that I had for quite a while as well. I sold a Tice the turtle. I sold 1 snake. I sold 2 loaf cats. Then I sold another snake. They're marked on here separately because the first snake I sold was one I'd had for a while, and if you've watched my past videos, you know that I switched the prices of my snakes. They used to be $10. After sitting down and making more of them, I realized it took me more time than I had originally realized. And I don't usually charge like an odd number of things. It's usually always like a multiple of 5. But the snakes were taking like 40 minutes. And in order to really get my time and my money's worth, I had to charge at least a little bit more than 10. So I marked them up to 12. So I sold 1 at 10 and 1 at 12 since it was one of the new snakes. And then I sold my baby seal that I had done a pattern test or like patterns you should try video on as well. And then I sold 3 things out of my $5 bin after the first day. So day 1, I only sold $137 worth. Again, it was the first night was from, what was it? It was from 4 to 8, so it wasn't too bad. Just 4 hours though. And then the second day was definitely much busier. We had talked to some other vendors that had been there before, and they said the second day is usually busier anyways, which is what we had figured originally. Especially around lunchtime, it kind of started picking up. And that's like when I had that clip where I was like, I can't get out of our seat to even film like a little bit of our booth right now because it was just a pretty steady flow of people. And if you saw the time lapses, we were right on a corner by like a long hallway, and that was actually one of the entrances, like the back of the building entrances. So there was somebody taking money there, letting people in. So there was a lot of people that were stopping right there, but also going out that way as well. So they would go and see everything else and then they'd come back. And there was quite a few people that actually did come back and buy some stuff from us, which was amazing. Another random thing I had sold on day 2 was the squid. I did the Plushico squid. I had sold him for 18. I sold 1 Tice the sea turtle in Sweet Snuggles Light for 12. I sold one of my Bubbles the whale sharks, the extra large one that I had in my regular Sweet Snuggles. I had glitter eyes and everything. I sold a Stella. I sold 3 of my Bernat Tice the sea turtles. I sold a jumbo Tice the sea turtle. Actually, I sold 2 jumbo Tice the sea turtles with my Dreamland and Big Twist yarn that I had prepped in one of my previous videos as well. I had sold 2 more snakes. I sold 2 of my little loaf bunnies that I've talked about in previous videos as well. I sold a loaf cat, and then I sold a Bernat elephant that was really cute as well. Actually, I sold the posh one, like the little teal posh one with embroidered eyes. It was so tiny and so cute. Then I sold an $8 bin item, and I sold 2 $5 bin items. So total for the second day, I sold $287 worth. So I definitely did better the second day, and it was a full day. It was from 9 to 4. But I did sell more the second day. Total, I only sold $424 worth of inventory total. Like I said, that ended up being like 1 full market bag really of inventory, which was still a lot. It feels good to have sold like not a crap ton of things, you know, because it is the first market of the fall season, and the fall season will be crazy busy, and I definitely wanted to prep more for the fall, but I've been so busy with work and everything, like I had mentioned, that it's just been crazy hectic here, and I haven't had as much time as I had hoped originally. So it's been very busy. Like I said, I really like to judge my markets off of more of a percentage of how much I sold to know how well I did at a market. I only sold 21% of my inventory at this market, so to me it wasn't quite worth it. I'm really trying to shoot for more, like at least 40 plus for markets, to really help, you know, keep my inventory balanced and everything and make it worth my time usually. So I am only at 21%, so we will not be doing this market again, but that's just kind of the trial and error you have to go through to try new markets and new places and things. And again, this was our first time at this market, so we had no idea what to expect. So it's not bad for a first time at a market. It was still very well published, like marketed, advertised. We even heard it on the radio overhead while we were literally in the mall. So that was like super cool to see. They were really good about keeping vendors to like a minimum, so there wasn't a lot of like duplicate crocheters. We were actually the only crochet booth at all that was there, which was really cool to see. The second day they had a farmer's market outside, so they had like one or maybe two, I think it was just one though, other small crocheter outside, but they had very few plushies on a small section, but they were still more like blankets and those kind of things, like handmade items. Well, they're all handmade, but you know what I mean, like apparel or blankets, scarves, gloves, those kind of things, like wearables it looked like. So this market still wasn't bad, but again, we'll not be doing this one again. But I hope you enjoyed the time lapses and the other information. I will definitely need to be prepping more Tysa sea turtles though, because those sold very well this weekend, and I'm very excited about that. I will be market prepping more loaf cats. I had a couple people ask for the normal colors of loaf cats, it seemed like, or like specific like natural colors of cats, like calico cats. Somebody mentioned that when they were looking at the cats. So I want to try to prep more of those Tysa turtles. And then obviously snakes, like I said, always do good. Don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's one of those items not a lot of other people have, and especially in that Sweet Snuggles yarn, at least in that size and that price range, that just does so well. So I need snakes, I need loaf cats, and I need more Tysa turtles as always. So I will be prepping more of those for my upcoming markets and kind of focusing on those since those sold so well. And then there's still a couple other things that I need to fill in. Like I still feel like I need more chickens for the fall time, and some other like $12 items maybe. Like that price range just seems to do really good. So I need to maybe find one or two other really good sellers in that price range. So if you have any suggestions, please drop them down below. I would love to hear what sells well for you guys, and maybe take from you guys and see what you sell well, so I can maybe do the same. So with all of that being said, I know that I didn't film as much this weekend for this market and stuff. I was getting back into the flow of things. It's been since our Strawberry Festival market in like, what was that, early June since we had a market. So it's almost been like, what, 3 months at least since we had a market. So I was trying to get back into the swing of things, and it was a little crazy busy this weekend, but I was very excited to be back and seeing all the cute little faces this weekend. There was several little kids that were just so obsessed with our plushies, and it just warms my heart every single time. It was so exciting. Otherwise, I thank you so much guys for tuning in, for watching, for supporting as always. Don't forget to like this video, comment your best sellers down below at markets, and if you need me, you guys know where to find me, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!